What's up, everybody? How are you doing? I just looked at Twitter, X, X for all you people, and I didn't even realize that if I stream live on Twitter, it automatically turns it into a space. We're in a space, folks. So when I do an interview live on Twitter, it's also a space. I didn't know that. Cool. So what's going on? It's Wednesday, about 12:35 Eastern time, and we're here. We're here in my bunker. My bunker is very green, just like the market was a couple days ago. I haven't exactly checked. I was about to look at my phone, like that's where I was going to look at the market. No, why don't you look at it on the screen here and share it, and then we can all share it together. So no Algorand space today, but we're here now. And if you are listening to this on Twitter and you want to participate in the conversation, then head over to YouTube and participate in the conversation, or just give it a listen on Twitter. It's all good. I'm going to keep on calling it Twitter, folks, until somebody stops me. And if there's somebody out there that really wants to get on this screen today, I'm open to it. Hit me in the DMs. I'll check that on my phone so you guys don't see my DMs. But yeah, you can come on. Why not? Today was the Algorand Space Day, so let's make it more of a community event. I don't really have an agenda today. I'm just catching up on everything. I'm in a stupid argument with somebody in my real life where I'm somebody that likes to see, okay, is this me? Because look, I'm somebody that will tell you how I'm thinking and what I'm thinking. And I think most of you know that. I think most of you that watch this show, certainly the guys that watch and gals that watch this show consistently know that I'm constantly trying to tell people what I think. And, I think it's good. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's me this time, folks. But, do we ever when we're wrong? I think a lot of times we don't. All right. So let's just dive in before I go to the chat. I see that there is some chat, which is always fun. But let's just look at the mainstream media news. Let's look at CNBC, Bloomberg, and then we'll hit up CoinDesk, see if there's anything that I haven't seen today. We'll look at the markets, and then I'm going to head to the chat, and let's have a conversation. And if you want to join, like I said, if you want to actually put your face on this screen, I'm open to it, folks. Let's do it. But if you want to do it and we don't get to you because a bunch of people do, I apologize. I can't have you all because it'd be a mess. But that's assuming that any of you want to. All right, let's share the screen and just move on. We're going to blaze through here, and then we're going to have a chat. Hopefully you have questions. If you have questions that you want me to answer or to discuss, it doesn't need to even, I don't even need to have the answer, but we can discuss it. Put it in the chat and we'll discuss it. All right, let's go to CNBC, everybody's favorite website, where we know what they say never has an agenda. Okay. We'll share the screen and go to CNBC. Share it. Go back here. Looks like the markets might be red, but I need to refresh my screen first. All right, let's get into it. Yeah, it's pretty sideways, but we're across the board red. The FDA has approved a weight loss drug. Is that like a competitor to FDA approves Eli Lilly's tirzepatide for obesity, paving way for even wider use of the blockbuster drug. Is that Ozempic? I know a lot of people take Ozempic, I guess, for weight loss and for, I guess, cravings, right? Is that the same? Is that the drug that's in Ozempic? Or Ozempic sounds like the drug itself. I know nothing about this. So why am I talking about it? Because it's in a red banner on the top of CNBC. All right, the Dow is down almost 100 points. The S&P is down about 10 points, and the NASDAQ is down about 38. So in the Russell, we never talk about the Russell, but good old Russies over there too down. So doing actually worse, underperforming the rest. They're down 1.25%, and then everything else is down about, 0.25%. Not earth-shattering, but definitely a reverse from last week, which was one of the best weeks of the year. I think it was the best week of the year. Republican national debate or presidential debate tonight. Cleveland Fed launches search for new leader after Mester leaves. Don't care. Okay. S&P dips today and is on pace to snap its longest winning streak since 2021. Okay. So there you go. The headline said what I was just trying to say earlier. Okay, Warner Brothers Discovery sinks 15%. All right, that. Shares of Roblox pop 15% after their earnings beat estimates. Okay, we're not going to talk about that. All right, nothing. Why Bitcoin ATMs are malls and gas stations across the US. All right, what do you got for us on Crypto World CNBC? Why are Bitcoin ATMs taking over malls and gas stations, CNBC? Tell me. Different kind of ATM is setting up shop in your local convenience store. These machines look like traditional banking kiosks. Okay, we all know what a Bitcoin ATM is. More and more people are using Bitcoin ATMs to send money at lightning speed. A study from Bitcoin Depot, the company with the largest share of Bitcoin, 2/3 of their customers use the machines for remittances and online purchases. But these machines have also gained a reputation as a vehicle for crime. Yes. No mainstream media article would be complete about crypto without mentioning the crime. All right, that's enough. It's enough, CNBC. Let's go to Bloomberg real quick, even though I need to re-up my subscription on that. But let's just see. It helps you kind of understand where the mainstream media is guiding things. That's why I even check this stuff. Okay, EVs blowing up. Citigroup is going to pay for discrimination, Armenian discrimination. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Okay. There we go. Stories for me. The recession may have missed. You may have missed is over. Okay. China unlikely to launch D-Day. Now, I don't know if it's recessionary, but we are showing some strong numbers. We talked about this yesterday, but credit card debt is at all-time highs. All-time highs. Over $1 trillion. And it's just going up and up and up. So our economy is a house of cards because people are what's going to happen when they all go bankrupt? They're going to have to print more money. Most likely, or I don't know what they're going to have to do. But it's not. All I know is that credit card debt is at an all-time high. So all of these consumer spending and all this stuff is that people got used to. We talked about this yesterday. We don't need to talk about this today. But during COVID, people got used to the money coming for free. And so when the money stopped coming for free, they started using credit cards like money was free because they were told, hey, guys, like stay inside. It's dangerous out in the world. Don't go out there. And there's reasons. I'm not trying to be a dick about it. There was reasons that we were concerned. A lot of us had very close people to us suffer some serious illness, near death, in my experience, on two very important people in my life. So I get it. I got the fear, but obviously it got pretty ridiculous. Okay, moving on. Bloomberg, boring. All right, let's go to CoinDesk. But crypto is still green. It's down from where it was yesterday. It was like, are we going to take over 36? And, Ethereum's still under 1,900 and Bitcoin is a little bit above 35K. Nothing like a leaf blower. Do you guys hear the leaf blower? Nothing like a good leaf blower. Yeah, you just blow those leaves all around, folks. I guess it was windy. There was a tree that had fallen outside of my house yesterday. I didn't even know. The weather was like 90 degrees outside. Why did that tree fall? But I did hear a little wind overnight. Why an Ether staking rate will increase crypto adoption. Okay. Founder of Estonia's LHV Bank lost access to 472 million of Ether. It's no secret that I have a wallet with 250,000 Ethereum units. Rain Lomas said in an interview with Estonian National Radio Television. But he can't get his hands on the stash because he's lost a private key access to it. Holy moly. Bummer. So Lomas bought 250,000 ETH worth $75,000 at the time during the ICO. Oh man, that's brutal. Old old Grogan here is one mystery solved. He said he hadn't made much effort to retrieve his private key, but will take all offers of help. After the interview, Grogan followed up his post declaring one mystery solved. He added that according to his estimation, there is an absolute minimum of 886,000, 886 100,000. Why am I can't say that word number. Anyways, $1.67 billion are lost forever. Oh my God, I did not sleep a lot last night. Oh, share this tab instead. Damn it. Sorry, guys. But if you were on Twitter listening, you didn't care. You didn't know. You didn't know I wasn't sharing my screen. Man, I got to do better at that. I need two screens, like people keep on telling me. And for whatever reason, I have a nice iPad up there that I could set up and be watching my show as we do this, and know when I'm not sharing my screen. I don't know why I don't do it. Why don't I just bring that down, set it up, and have it over there and be like, oh, look at that. Have a couple of monitors. I don't do it. I just don't want to do it. I don't know why. All right. So Grayscale Chainlink Trust zooms to 200% premium. Holy moly. Indicating institutional demand for Link. Oh, this is just like, you hate the regret, folks. You hate the regret, but boy, oh boy, that $5 Link that I was about to buy, I look stupider and stupider by the day. Grayscale Chainlink Trust zooms to 200% premium, indicating institutional demand for Link. The trust is one of the only ways for institutional investors to gain exposure to Link tokens through a regulated product. All right. So all you Chainlink folks, I'm not even going to read that. I don't want to. I'm upset by it because I'm an idiot. And then I'm even stupider for not buying it. If I feel like an idiot, like a lot of people, just be like, well, buy it now, man. We're just getting started. I'm still not going to do that. I don't have a lot of disposable income. I have 3 children, folks. I can't be throwing all my money into this. And then Gary comes through. Or the fact that Chainlink is run by a multi-sig with like 3 wallets that are probably the same dude. That's also a problem, but they're doing it. You know what I mean? They're doing it. All right, let's move on let's just look at real quick. Let's look at the block, because they do give the CoinDesk and the block are opposites here. They usually talk about different things, have different daddies. Arbitrum DAO voting on 24 million back fund for projects that missed out on grants. Okay. Decentralized AI compute platform Ritual closes a 25 million fundraise. Robinhood plans EU crypto trading expansion as their Q3 revenue fell short of estimates. They're struggling, that Robinhood. They're struggling. HSBC to launch tokenized securities custody service with Ripple-owned Metico. Ripple's the truth. That lawsuit really helped them out. They are getting that kind of, let's read about it. What is HSBC doing? HSBC is working with Ripple-owned Swiss-based crypto infrastructure firm Metico to introduce a custody service for digital assets, such as tokenized securities. The service is part of HSBC's broader blockchain strategy. HSBC is stepping firmly into the future of finance, announcing plans to offer a custody service for digital assets, including tokenized securities. Partnering with the Swiss-based institutional digital asset custody, trading, and DeFi firm Metico, owned by Ripple. We're seeing increasing demand for custody and fund administration of digital assets from managers and asset owners as this market continues to evolve. Through key partnerships, HSBC is delivering the next generation custody infrastructure that will be scalable and secure. The big boys like the Fed and the banks, they see the settlement opportunities in blockchain technology, and they are very concerned about all the crime it enables, apparently. But okay, there you go. So Ripple is in the building. Bitcoin long-term holder supply is at an all-time high. I'm probably considered very much a long-time holder. All right. So the block, let's look at prices. Nobody cares about that. Oh, big news, by the way, for Binance. Binance announced its self-custody crypto wallet during conference. The world's largest cryptocurrency exchange launches a self-custody wallet that works within the Binance app. The announcement was made during its conference in Turkey. Binance, the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange by volume, has launched a self-custody wallet that works within its native app. The company made the announcement during its Binance Blockchain Week conference in Istanbul. Millions of Binance users can now explore and experience Web3. So what do you got to do? Is there a KYC aspect to this wallet? What are we doing? To help drive Web3 adoption, we have to identify and plug the gaps between centralized and decentralized systems. Binance's Web3 wallet lowers the barrier of entry for users to achieve full self-custody of their wallets. Offers robust security through the use of multi-party computation technology. A user's private keys are broken into 3 smaller parts known as key shares. Having the key shares split across 3 different locations mitigates the risk. Okay. It's dicey. I mean, I noticed on Twitter, I don't have it queued up or anything, but they were announcing 13% on USDT. That's concerning. That should be concerning. Or up to 13%. So I don't know exactly what it is, but where's the yield coming from, folks? What's the saying if you don't know where the yield's coming from? And are they trying to encourage more and more USDT? Is there a problem? Now they're doing a Web3 wallet. What's going on? What's going on? We all know something's coming down the pike for Binance from the US side for sure. And Europe is already, banning it left and right. So it's not super comfortable. CFTC Chair Rostin Benham says Congress needs to play a more pivotal role in how agencies regulate crypto. Okay, fair enough. All right, all good. All right, prices real quick, and then I'll go to the chat. Greed is still at 73%. Bitcoin is down a touch in the past hour, but still up over the last day. It's jumped up. It was earlier I was seeing it around 35 under, like 35.2, but jumped up relative, barely. ETH is down a little bit over the last hour, but still up over the last day and week, creeping up to 1900. BNB is doing well, 246. XRP has been sitting around 68 cents. Solana is at 42.80, down 0.5% the last hour. We all know that there are a ton of SOL on exchanges ready to be sold by FTX. Concerning. Cardano up 22.5% over the last week. They're making moves over there. Oh, there you go. Polkadot just hit $5 as we were watching. Up 13.5% over the last week, up 4% over the last day. Underperforming, but $5. I got to make some DOT holders happy to see $5 again. Litecoin over $70. We've been seeing that under $70 for a while, so we're seeing the market creep up. Stellar's been bored. I never talk about it, but that's been pretty boring. At 12, almost 13 cents. Hedera finally broke up out of the fives and is over 6 cents now, up about 18% over the last week. VeChain up almost 20%. I talked to a guy in public, an older man, and he showed me his phone. We weren't even talking about cryptocurrency, and he was showing my phone, and his screensaver was Bitcoin. And we had a nice lively conversation about Bitcoin, and he was very surprised how much I knew about it. And he was actually pretty well informed. But the point of me saying that, what reminded me of him, this older gentleman it was cool that he was an older gentleman and so into it, trying to talk his older buddy into it. He also owned VeChain. He's like, I own some other stuff. I own VeChain. I own, I guess, Crow, because he uses crypto.com, whatever. But he bought 3 Bitcoin at $9,000, and he's very excited, and he DCAs into it all the time, and he thinks his buddy is an idiot. His older buddy is an idiot for not listening to him. It was a fun conversation with that gentleman and his friend, who heard me talking about it, and he started to be like, oh man, am I missing out? You are, sir. Or maybe not. Algo is green. Look at that, baby. After the last 7 days, over the last 7 days, 16.5%, almost 5%. So it's midway. A lot of these other guys around it are performing better, but it's holding strong at 40 at number 49. Mutable X is up 31%. Jesus. Eagle. What happened with Eagle? Why the hell is that up 37.5%? I don't know. Bitcoin Satoshi Vision is at 48.8. Don't know what's going on with that. All right, moving on. For my Algorand friends, let's look at Vestige and some ASAs. There we go. Algorand is up 16, almost 17% over the last week, according to Vestige. And Inumu, the hell is this? Will somebody put in the chat what Inumu is, please? It was up like 150% yesterday, and now it's up 20% today. Some of these outside real estate, I don't know, I shouldn't even call it real estate. I don't know what they are. They represent something. Those seem to be up pretty well. Opulus is continuing a downtrend after their large pump. Opulus is now down under 10 cents, so it's trying to hold on 9 cents at this point. It was holding 10 yesterday, down about 7% in the last 24 hours. Vestige is green a little bit, and Gora is green, looking to retake 30 cents. Dharma Network is pushing down a bit, and Coop got 13 cents. Yeah, no, it got, it's still at 1.3, a cent, almost a cent and a half. Green in the last hour, down 3%. In the last 24. I mean, truly a stable coin at this point, a 1 cent stable coin. But it's competitive in the volume. It's competitive volume. Nobody's wash trading this thing, but it's still doing, some volume. For Algorand, it's doing all right. Still got $107,000 in TVL. Let's go, Coop. It's not even me. So weird. Let's go, Coop would be weird if it was me, but it's not me. It's the Coop coin. Completely unaffiliated with me, other than the fact that it is affiliated with me because it's got my picture on it. Might be confusing, but if you know, you know. Man, what happened to Headline, bruh? Headline, you're less than a cent. I haven't looked at Headline. I haven't gone to the second page in a while. And old Headline, HDL, is HD. Finite. Look at that. There's a very small amount of green there. Finite by the Algorand OG meme maker, Bank on Algorand. Good project. How do they describe Finite? Let's talk about Finite. I feel like that deserves a little shine. It's been around. It's been stable. It's unverified. Why don't you guys get that? Why don't you get it verified? I'm sure that Para would be happy. Oh, maybe there's a doxing aspect to it. Okay, moving on then. So yes, please, somebody tell me what the hell Inumu is, and let's talk about it. Let's, if you have opinions on why Opal has been pushing down. Let's talk about it. I don't know why my buddy Lee doesn't want to come on my show. What's going on, Lee? Mr. Lee Parsons, come on my show. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about your moves. Maybe, let's have some fun. I had a fun time with our last conversation. Sweet. Let's see how gold is basically the same price as it was yesterday. I mean, a true store of value, folks. Gold, it's pushed down a little bit. It's down about $15 an ounce. Man, what's going on with my throat? Sorry. It's at $1,953. All right. Do we want to look at silver? I can look at silver. Silver, man, these prices truly do not change. Silver is down over the last 6 months, 11%, but that's about the only metric that it's down. Everything else is a green. Cool. And then I just have a few of these open. We'll talk about this stuff in a second. Let's check on the chat. What do you got? Oh, cool. Okay, I saw that. All right. Good morning. What's up? Good morning, Django. What's going on? Coop, take off that short position. Okay. Well, so to some of you out there, you know that I shorted Sol a couple of days ago at like $41, and now it's at 42.80. Now, unfortunately, maybe fortunately at this point, but the issue is that I got frustrated with I was going to short it using Folks Finance, and I did a very small amount, like five or something, 5 Sol. So what are we, I'm down about $10, but I was going to make a more significant short because I do believe that we're going to get I think we're going to get a big correction on Sol. I could be wrong, but it wasn't going to be, even if I were able to do it, it was going to be still insignificant. I can take a $50 hit, $100 hit. It's going to be all right. I'll close it before, if it just rips to $50 or something, then I'll close it and I'll be down not that much, even if I had done what I wanted to. But the issue is that the slippage was terrible, to be honest. You can't you can swap one Sol at a time for USDC and be in basically the ballpark with the amount of liquidity that we have for wormhole Sol. I mean, I'd be way better off just transferring that to Solana and shorting it over there, which I have not. I've been very busy this whole week, so I haven't gotten around to even doing that. Fortunately, I guess. But yeah, so don't worry about me. And it was a fun little game that I was doing, that if the short wins, that if there was a profit to be made in this little short for Sol, I was going to put any profit into Algo because I'm tribal. I'm just kidding. I am, I think it's natural to be tribal, by the way. What's up, No Free Game? How you doing? What's up? Oh, this Visa stuff. Oh, yeah, I got to talk about the agro token thing. I will. I got to find that. There was some good news. I retweeted it, so it'll be easy for me to find. Let's look at that next. Daisy, if you do, is happy with the Visa agro token stuff. Good morning, everyday Algonaut. We talked about gold, and we talk about it every day because he shows up. Thank you for showing up. Yeah, Ludo's got a gold tokenized gold project that you can actually in Europe redeem from day one. Ludo would like to come on. Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see what's going on. Tom Weber just got off a call with Gora. Really excited by some of the moves they are making. I am excited about Gora. Gora is making cross-chain moves. They've been building in this bear market. They have not stopped. I had talked with them on a space recently, and they were like, well, we are fortunate to have gotten funding before it really dried up. And they have continued to deliver. So shout out to Gora Network, a friend of the show, a sponsor of the show, and yeah, friendly people in general. So Abdul, if you're watching, love to have you back on the show. You can join the live stream if you'd like. Ludo is correcting my screen saving, and I felt that. Okay, so good morning to Samino. Good morning to Fred. Good morning to Romo Million, and good morning to Duggan. Coop, have you heard about press.algo? I have. What does press.algo do? We can look. But let's here's this. Let's look at this real quick. I don't even know what this is. I was actually looking at this. Somebody had tagged me in this. Been using Quantum to track FTX Sol movements. So this is on topic, by the way. I didn't even mean for this. I thought this was just a general X link. But what do we got here? System transfer. Alameda sent 250,000 Sol somewhere. to this wallet. Is this an exchange wallet? I bet you it is. That's a lot of soul, folks. That's a lot of soul. All right, but let me look real quick at my profile. Check it out. If you are not following me on Twitter, would you do that, please? I'm at Coop_Daniels, the ReCoop, with a Dale, a defart. Sorry, but that's your Twitter name. A Dale redraw of the aforementioned Bank on Algorand Coop's collection. I've been in this ecosystem for a long time. I've collaborated with a bunch of people. Bank on Algorand, Dale, and Twine currently. And yeah, we had a fun thing from Algowana and Algo Mint called the Koopa Troopas. So there's a lot of people in this community that I have collaborated with. There I am right there, talking to myself. I'll be interviewing a Coop Paper Hands mom. She breaks down why her son sucks. Algobama made famous a quote by saying, if you sell your Coop, your mom's a hoe. And that was a play on that. She has very nice abs, this woman. Here we go. Let's click on this. Okay. And so we all know that AgroToken has been, if you don't know, AgroToken is tokenizing grain. So it's allowing liquidity and financing for farmers to leverage their grains that they have stored, is my sort of basic knowledge of the project. In AgroToken, we are thrilled to announce our pre-Series A funding with Visa, a leader in digital payments. This partnership fosters financial inclusion for small farmers through innovative tokenized products, fueling our global expansion. The Algorand Foundation responded, congrats, we will celebrate at Latin America BitCon, or that conference. Algo Batman is an enthusiastic Algorand supporter. He's very excited about that. MJ says fire. Okay, everybody's excited. So that's cool. You know, when something like Soul has a somewhat of a connection, or whoever it was Solana, right? Has some Visa connection with Visa. It's blown up all over crypto Twitter and crypto news. But this partnership with AgroToken and Visa and Algorand, because AgroToken is using Algorand rails, not a lot of people talk about it. It's unfortunate, but that's just the way it goes. What is this? Oh, we have somebody returning from Portugal in the Algorand community. He left the Algorand ecosystem as an ambassador, but he would like to say he's back. And is he welcome? And you are, sir. Gabriel, welcome back, my friend. He collects cute JPEGs, plays piano badly, and optimizes a few processes in the best marketing agency that ever existed. Awesome, man. Welcome back, Gabriel. I had this. I copy mines and run them. This guy was talking about, if I were writing the crypto script, I would delay the ETF or bring back some serious Tether Binance FUD and send it to 25,000, burying all newcomers who believe that the ETF means an imminent all-time high immediately and are entering the market here. Bull run starting so obviously around such a TradFi event looks quite suspicious to me. This game is designed to be an extremely rough psychological warfare. Technical structures also suggest tricky price action is entirely possible. I am still determining how seriously we can take liquidation deltas, but we should do something too. BTC deposits into exchanges are slowly rising. So people were pulling since May. They've been pulling off of exchanges. July, there's a slight tick up of bringing them onto exchanges, pulling. And then lately, a lot of Bitcoin has been going to exchanges. Definitely many bearish arguments are popping up here. It's not me reducing my exposure a bit. I'm being rational this morning. I'm generally happy with how I'm dealing with the current situation. I think this waiting is much preferred to making FOMO decisions like there is no tomorrow and the rates are not 5% plus. Obviously, I would stay open-minded and be ready to rebuy if the situation suggests, but here, nope. All right, this guy is kind of in line. I'm reading this because he's thinking about this in a way that I'm sort of thinking about it. People are like, give me evidence or it didn't happen. Okay, let's talk about this. Soul. This is what we were talking about. We're reading Simeon Neuromancer. I have no idea who this guy is, but he's speaking the way I'm sort of feeling. So let's let him talk. Soul price dumped 70% just after the Google announcement in a matter of 4 days. 12 billion market cap by the time evaporated. The sell-off started right away after the short liquidations, biggest liquidation event in the whole history of the coin. The founder even deleted some tweets after, if I remember right. It should be a coincidence. It's probably a coincidence. It has to be a coincidence. Technology changed super fast and the investors stopped believing in the superiority of the chain. Okay, I'm losing them here. They were probably a bit upset that it wasn't just a regular stop. But these two are genuinely unplanned. Insiders didn't know a thing about the undergoing back then. That's why they started selling a few days before it actually happened. Be sure. I won't be commenting on this topic anymore. Instead, I will focus on productive, favorable, and valuable insights. Right. So his point is that people were front running the dip. And he's saying that right now, he's saying exactly what I'm saying, that there is manipulation happening here. Okay. Yeah, enough of that. I'm like stalking this guy at this point. What are all these notifications? The fam is getting some great views while being active. Love it. Great work, sir. I don't know what that's in regards to. Oh, is it crypto for change? Guys, how much fees are needed for the listing, please? Anyone tell me? There's no fees for listing. Okay. Enough. None of that. All right. Well, look. I mean, do you guys don't want to chat? When crash? I have no idea when crash, but I mean, we know that have I not been sharing? Have you just been looking at me this whole damn time? Damn it. I would have to invite you, Ludo, but we are getting closer to the end. I would have to send you a link. I mean, maybe we should. I was thinking more along the lines of earlier in the show. Now it's almost 10:30. You know, we've talked a lot about the gold thing the past few days. We can catch up on that another time. But yeah, so what I was saying about the soul thing is this, folks, is that is you guys hear it. I've talked about this so much already, and you know, you can never tell because they are playing a game. I want you to help. I want you to work with me. I do. Shubham says, "Hey there, I want to work with you as a thumbnail designer and a video editor. I want you to do that too because I need somebody that would make thumbnails for me and edit smaller content from my videos and post them and help me post all that." Oh, the Algorand has just sent the Algo Insider email. Well, that's cool. Did I see that? Did I get that? I'm used to get that. The unfortunate part right now, Shubham, and I would love to have your help, is that there's no pay. That's why your interest just dried up. But anyways, I mean, with the Sol thing is that look, their FTX needs high prices, and they're I don't know. Is this Sol and Sol is the best performing asset I think in general. And it's in their best interest to have high prices, and they have hundreds of millions of dollars of Sol unlocked on exchanges. So that's the problem. And you would think that they're waiting for these prices, or do they have levers to pump it, and they're creating FOMO. It's a pump and dump done by the US government. They're probably like, look, if Sam Bankman-Fried could do it for Sol, we can do it. And we can pay all these people back. We can make all our money on our fees, or $1,300 an hour or whatever, lawyer fees. Everybody will be happy. The administration's connections to Sam Bankman-Fried can be swept under the rug, and we can all move on to the real enemy, CZ and Tether. I'm speaking from their perspective, so that's just that. But look, folks, it's hard to deny that it's fun that the markets are in green. I'm not trying to say that it's not going to continue to be green. Maybe this is all a nothing burger. They're going to be able to sell those Sol. It's very liquid market, and it just will be able to eat it up, and it will continue to go because Sol is in such a good position, has excellent technology, yada, 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 yada. There is things to be excited about. There are things to be excited about. Fire Dancer is another further decentralizing Sol. This is a big deal for them. Once Fire Dancer goes live, I believe that that's when Anatoly believes that they will move out of beta. Look, it does seem like there's more and more cheap block space available out in this world. And are there a ton of apps on Sol? Is there a lot of activity happening on Sol? I haven't looked. Does anybody check these things? Is there a ton of like new apps being built on Sol that are exciting and being used? Is there need for this block space? That's the issue for Algorand. Algorand can move extraordinarily fast. Algorand can move 10,000 transactions per second. I believe if they could get anywhere near that, they could keep on upping and upping and upping that. Algorand is actually final in 3.2, 3.3 seconds. But Algorand needs people to use it. Algorand needs people to build apps on it. It seems like everybody just wants to build apps on EVM, Ethereum, and layer twos because that's where the money is, that's where the liquidity is. Okay, I'll definitely tell everybody. And big thing now is that XGov voting session will start on November 10th and will finish on December 10th. So if you're XGov, by the way, make sure you vote. You have to vote on all of these things so you don't lose your rewards. Also on Reddit, there's going to be a big AMA of all XGov projects on Friday. So everybody tune in to this Reddit, get informed on all of these XGov projects. I will be there on Friday. What time, Ludo? And we will, you got to be informed about all that stuff. Is there anything else? Anybody else have anything they want to talk about? I feel like, I will start having some guests on the show. Like, I think that'll be fun. If I'm doing this every day, I think I should be talking to other people, and we should open this up. And I think that we should be opening this up to other ecosystems, and let's talk about it. Let's learn about all the different things. J-Hole. We're just going to scroll Twitter for a second. J-Hole is dreaming about hot dogs with onions on it and chili and mustard. I could eat that. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. If you have a Pixel Pup, there's lots to be excited about. The Pup grade is coming. Hell yeah. Look at that. Great art. If you guys don't know, Pyrenees Pack by a gentleman named Jorge. He does great art. Look at that art. I love it. I'm excited. Prithvi says he took profit 45 minutes ago, by which I mean my stop was hit. I guess the market wants to cool for a bit. Will re-enter, trade with care. Somebody complained to Scott Melker, a Bitcoiner. Scott Melker's a shitcoiner. He has been forever banned by the self-anointed virgin high priest of Bitcoin for the crime of daring to take a small part of his portfolio to trade altcoins and make more Bitcoin. According to the High Council, he's still bowing to them, though, by the way. He's saying, the only reason I'm buying altcoins is not because I believe in it, it's because I can trade them to get more Bitcoin. There is a strategy from Bitcoiners, not the most pure, but that is to just play the shitcoin casino and to add more Bitcoin. Now, some of us shitcoiners actually believe in Bitcoin and in the lane that Bitcoin is in, isn't impressed by things like the Lightning Network, and does think that there can be more things to be built using Bitcoin, yada, 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 yada. And obviously ordinals are kind of interesting. I know you guys most of you don't think so, but it is interesting that they're actually on chain. But if you don't believe that this tech can progress and fill other voids, I don't understand why anybody is just like, why are you so against that? Why is anybody so against something like Ethereum, which is also a pioneer and does so much more, or technology like Algorand? It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, of course, people are hopeful of those types of things because it makes a lot of sense. The experience on Algorand is fantastic. There is financial opportunity, and not just like gains opportunity, but to actually bank yourself in a self-sovereign way without permission from anybody. Just use it. All right. What is dreams as much as I am. All right, your buddy Adam Cochran 20 minutes ago said, usually, okay, so Gary tweeted something. Let's read Gary Gensler's tweet. Adam's insight is usually this kind of stuff is posted by the SEC as like a disclaimer before they approve things they don't like. For example, last time was 4 days before they approved the BITO futures ETF. Would guess this puts BTC ETF approvals in about a week. All right. Our division of corporation finance oversees and maintain a basic bargain in our capital markets. Investors get to decide what risks to take as long as public companies make complete and truthful disclosures. All right, do you guys want to watch this garbage? We're watching Gary Gensler live on the ReCoop. I'm not sharing.
Let me take you back to the 1920s. This was a remarkable time in the United States with industrialization on the rise and mass production of automobiles on our roads. There was something missing, though. Federal laws that protect investors. Investors in those days were getting flim-flammed by hucksters, fraudsters, scam artists, and Ponzi schemes. After the Great Depression began, to protect the investing public, President Franklin Roosevelt and Congress enacted what Roosevelt called, and I quote, Truth in Securities Act.
He's terrible at reading
That was
a
the
teleprompter.
Securities Act of 1933. And in essence, this law established a basic bargain in our capital markets. So you see, investors get to decide what risks they take, so long as public companies raising money from the public make what Roosevelt called, and I quote, complete and truthful disclosure, end quote. A year later, Congress enacted laws to create our agency, to regulate the exchanges and intermediaries in the middle of the market, strengthened the anti-fraud rules, and yes, oversee this basic bargain. Under the securities laws, the SEC is merit neutral. We don't take a view on whether or not investors should invest in particular companies. Our role is to see that you, as investors, get that, quote, complete and truthful disclosure that Roosevelt talked about, so you can make informed investment decisions and decide what risk to take. Since the SEC's founding, the Division of Corporation Finance has overseen this basic bargain. The division does so by helping to ensure that investors receive full, fair, and truthful disclosure. That's periodic disclosure in annual and quarterly reports. That's current reporting when issuers disclose that material events occurred. That's disclosure when companies first go public. That's disclosure for mergers or tender offers. That's disclosure about things like executive compensation and the boards of directors, and information for you to consider when voting during proxy season. The division's disclosure review team reviews filings, answers questions, and provides guidance to the issuers, including small businesses raising capital and navigating their obligations to report material information. The division also makes recommendations to our 5-member commission on updates to our rules, including disclosure rules, given the rapidly evolving technology and business models. That's some of the work that this remarkable team, more than 400 public servants, does to oversee and maintain this basic bargain that helps investors and issuers alike.
Well, I just did the SEC's work. I shared that video. That actually, I mean, he like upsets me, and not because of what he was saying. I don't even really care about what he's just like, his vibe is terrible. Nobody likes you. Hope you get fired. Does he? I wonder if he ever reads these. I would trust picking my nose with a rusty screwdriver more than I trust you to protect retail investors. Anyways, I don't know. I mean, I didn't get that from what Adam Cochran was talking about. Sorry, I'm like being quiet. Like Link chewing through last line of real before $21. A little volume here on a break at 1377, and we should see a nice pump. Yeah, I mean, damn it. I should stop talking about that. Here's everybody's buddy.
Guys, today we are going to be talking about a lot of cool stuff, but hopefully you guys can see now we got a new little layout. We're going to be making it better and better and better continually. But we've got you got a little window. You know, pop your window up.
There it is.
There he is.
Got to put the sponsor thing on. We'll get it.
Got to get it on there. So yeah, making it happen, guys. So hope you guys enjoy our new little layout here. We are super excited about it, and I need to be able to see what I want to see over here. Why will this not drag down? It's frustrating. And let me zoom out. I need to look at these numbers here.
It looks good though. I need to make my show look better. Dean wants a common foe. Dean, you guys are teaming up right now, okay? You're doing a team up thing, no foes. Look at all that sausage. Looks pretty good, actually. I'd eat that. Big Pay, friend of the show. Coin market cap has always been trash. I've seen them advertise Ponzi's. Gas is high right now, and we probably have a lot more NFT people in OpenSea. Okay, Prim and his shit coins, man. I mean, those are real shit coins. All right. Too busy, like I have been, and that's why I'm just scrolling Twitter live. Okay, moving on. guy's looking at something. The governor's office mode. He's contemplating some things. All right, everybody. I'm sorry. If you're still here, what are you doing? Just kidding. Algorand made sure they are not selling directly to us investors, to my knowledge. I'm pretty bullish on all of these infos. Okay, the court stated, we can see old Gary. Okay, now we see it. Yeah, I was a mess of sharing. I've been a mess of sharing all week. Look, guys, right now we are back at the beginning of the ReCoop. This is a time when my life is, and my 3 kids, the pressure of all that has gotten a bit intense. So I'm having to do other things, obviously, to make some money, and that's all fine and good, and I'm happy to do it. But I'm a very busy person, but I'm recommitting to doing this daily, and that's it. So I feels like I'm at the beginning again, and I am going to continue to build this out. I want to make this look better, and I do need to get some editors. I need to get somebody that wants to make me some thumbnails. I would love that. Absolutely. And the right partner, I would share some of the revenue with in order to make this look good. But I don't know who the right partner is, and they're not knocking down my door. But the right partner would be somebody that knows my show, is somebody that's good with graphic design and has a little bit of time on their hands for a small amount of pay. So if you are that person and you think, oh, it might be fun to put timestamps on Coop stuff, and it might be fun to make some new thumbnails and all of that stuff, or it might be cool to put some graphics like BitBoy's thing had, then yeah, definitely reach out. But it would be a collaborative thing, and you might be able to take part in the upside if we can grow it. So I will put that out there, but I'm gonna have to be selective. It has to be somebody that is I know and I trust, and somebody that can deliver to just somebody that I know on some level. But the point is that I feel like I'm starting, and the main thing that you have to do when you start anything, folks, if I have any advice for you, is to continue to do it, not worry about the result, just make it happen. So I'm not sharing my screen. I get frustrated. I'm here trying to build out in my bunker, I'm calling it, but or also known as my garage, and I'm trying to build out a set and just show up every day, talk, have some fun. Because if I'm engaged, then more and more topics are going to come to my head, more and more insight, and I'll be here. I'll be here when the market rips. I'll be here when the market dips, and we will have some fun. There's going to be more things that come down the pipe. Now, it seems like Adam Cochran seems to think that the ETFs are going to be approved imminently. That would make sense if the market knows, and because we've had a huge pump recently, so that would make sense for these front runners that have inside on knowledge. It's all so crazy how the good guys do the same exact thing as the bad guys, folks. The good guys do the same exact thing as the bad guys. It's just full of games and shenanigans. If it's crypto, if it's stocks, if it's all of it, it's just the scams just get more and more sophisticated. Don't you think? For some reason, I don't want to quit you guys today. Let's see what Ludo's saying. Sorry that we didn't get you on, Ludo. I know that we would have gotten into a conversation. It would have been a long conversation. And it just wasn't going to happen today. But court stated that XRP is not security, the same as Mona Lisa is not a security. Yes, we know that. The only issue was the institutional sales. Absolutely. And only the sale that was done directly by XRP. The court stated that institutional investors can buy the tokens from XRP when they are doing it the way that XRP does not know who is buying. Yes, through exchanges. So the court stated that on a secondary exchange, when Ripple has no idea who is buying it, that it's not a security. So everything when you buy algo on Coinbase, that's not a security. If you bought algo from the Algorand Foundation directly, that's a security. So, for example, according to the SEC, Algorand Foundation, by the way, is not a U.S. entity. It's a Singapore entity. And but when they sold 50 million algo to DWF, if that happened in the U.S., the SEC would consider that a securities transaction. Well, the only person that you would be concerned about, or the only entity that you would be concerned about, I think, is Algorand Inc., which is U.S. based. But Algorand Foundation is separate, and they did make a $50 million sale recently. So it was confusing to me why they would do that under this scrutiny. Made me nervous, but maybe it is just truly because, well, A, they needed the cash because of HODL not and whatnot, and probably extraordinary board compensation. I mean, if there's one thing that Gary said, is that it would be nice to know what the executives, high-ranking people at Algorand and the board of directors that has never changed at Algorand. It would be cool to know how much they're getting a year, because it would probably go down if we actually knew, because it's probably a ridiculous amount of money. But I'm tired of complaining, to be honest. I am tired of it. I'm tired of like looking at that, wanting answers that are never going to come. I don't know. I'm not too worried about it anymore. It's unfortunate that DWF got such a significant amount of the total supply of algo. And it's unfortunate because they are, they're going to be incentivized to sell all the way up. They are also incentivized to sell at the, at the highest point, of course. But there's going to be, if there's a big bull run, if the ETF gets approved in the next couple of days and that drags the entire market up, I will not be, we see it already. Like Algorand is underperforming. Let's look. Oh, hold on. Let's go look at CoinMarketCap one more time before we go. And we all know that blast off in 7 days. What? XRP guy? Okay, no, I don't want to. I just wanted it when I saw it, saying it's going to blast off in 7 days. All right, I don't care about that. That's like, but see, look, Bitcoin is up to almost 35.5 again. So the market is pumping. XRP took back 69 cents in the time we've been talking. Solana took back $43 while we were talking. It's still down 5% over the last week. So people are concerned about all that SOL on exchanges. But Cardano up 20%. But let's look at, obviously, Chainlink has been on a complete and utter rocket ship. Polygon up a lot. Okay, Polkadot is underperforming, but we also know that there was a massive unlock recently with Polkadot, and it's been up only it hit 360 recently, and is now up over $5. But still, in the last week, it's only up 11.5% because a ton of DOT was was given back to people that invested in these parachains or locked up in these parachains. The way it works over there, we won't talk about it because I'm not going to get into the weeds about that. But the point is that it's underperforming because a lot of people received tokens to sell. So that's what happens. But it's still up. And some people probably really regret their sales because it keeps on going up. Cosmos. There was some news about Evmos. They're no longer going to support Cosmos. Evmos is what? That's a mashup of EVM and Cosmos. So that's unfortunate. But I don't really know the details. There might be more to it that isn't so against Cosmos. Hedera's up 15.5%. I'm just trying to see Aptos. I mean, who cares about Aptos? VeChain 17.5%. I mean, maybe I'm going to get proven absolutely wrong. Okay, but we got Multiverse X 36%. We got Immutable X 29%, and then we 13.5%. I mean, I guess it's performing pretty good. almost 13.5%. I mean, that's competitive with most of the bigger projects. But there has been a uniquely positive vibe around Algorand, and that I mean, I think, and this is total speculation, without the DWF selling, I think we could have seen one of those algo rips, because there has been a lot of good news, and there's also been a ton of chatter about it. I mean, it's certainly underperforming things like Matic, Link, Cardano, Sol, no, XRP. It's about the same as XRP, which we all know that they are constantly selling too. And then, of course, Bitcoin is just up. I don't know. Did I make my point, or did I just kind of make a no point? All right, guys. Here, by the way, they're hiring a new CMO now. Perhaps you should consider applying. It would be great to have someone who knows the community, and as Algorand, he would run a daily show. I would have. I had an idea a while ago that me and John Woods would have. Well, John Woods, also suggested it. He actually initiated the suggestion that me and him help, do a YouTube show for the foundation, and I thought that was a great idea, and I would have done it. I think that they could really use a more lively presence. I would have done it if hired by the foundation and taken a job, and it was to help the media aspect of it. I was into it, but they weren't into it. They had other ideas. They were going to hire Jess, and that was the point. And and then the story goes on, because at some point I lost interest in even pursuing anything like that, because I just felt like there was a huge mess going on. What's up, Two Tiny Trees? It's been a while since I've watched this show. Well, thanks for coming back, Two Tiny Trees. He's interested in comments regarding whether or not Jess Chin did anything, or if Stacy truly does anything. I'm not a hater. I just see no value in anybody besides Ja and the foundation right now. Well, it sure seems like if you look on the surface, it does seem like Jess didn't do a whole lot. I do hear from people that she really created good inner processes of, through the marketing department. She facilitated Woods, Ja getting on a lot of maybe more visibility for him. She did, I guess, background cool work is what I've heard from people that appreciated what she was doing in the background. Now, that doesn't please anybody that is paying attention and wondering where the marketing is, but you could see a professional aspect to it. And Stacy, I mean, it seems like the idea is that they're doing things in the background that we don't know about, which is never comforting. I mean, is it ever comforting to be like, oh, well, you'll see? I mean, and we hear it from a lot of people that are affiliated with the foundation. 2024 is going to be the year. I mean, that's marketing, I guess. It's going to be a big year. Stacy did tweet recently that next year heads are going to explode. So hell yeah. AgroToken just closed a round with Visa, and AgroToken is heavily affiliated with Algorand. I know that AgroToken also works with Ethereum, but I think that the rails are truly with Algorand. Yeah, and I don't know what Stacy's doing. I really don't. But I also know that they wouldn't announce everything that they're doing. They have partnerships, and the focus is on big institutional types of things, which these types of big, like banks and institutions and stuff like that, wouldn't probably want announced what they're working on. So, I mean, there is a possibility that big things are happening in the background. It's just, to us on Twitter and on YouTube, we don't see it. So I don't know. But Ja is fantastic, and he does it just naturally. They're hiring a new CMO. He thinks that I think they would rather pull their toenails off of Stacy's. I think Stacy would rather remove her toenails from all of her feet in 5 minutes than hire me for anything. I've made it. I've expressed dissatisfaction in the past. They're not going to hire me, Ludo. Just the fact that she created a separate Twitter account tells me she's viewed it as a temporal. Well, she worked for Facebook, and I don't know. She probably just doesn't like Twitter. So she was forced into creating a Twitter because she got this job. Because if you work in crypto, you have to be on X. And so I think the thinking is that she just created it for Twitter. She was gone. She was getting hate, and she was out. But with her pedigree at Nike, etc., you have to think that, man, she made a killing. She made a killing at that job, and she did not do it for very long. And by outward appearances, she didn't do very much. Sheck says, win USDC on Coinbase. Now, I have no idea, but it seems like a crime. Wasn't Algorand the first layer one that Circle integrated? I also read recently that Circle is considering an IPO next year. Weren't they they were going to do it through a SPAC? I think it was called Concord or something like that. But then that fell apart with all of this stuff. But when USDC on Coinbase now, folks, a friend of the show, a sponsor of the show, Messina One by Algo Foundry, they do have an alternative to USDC on Coinbase. There is a path to getting USDC to and from Coinbase in a rather cheap way. And that way is you use Base, because Messina One is a bridge with very low fees to move USDC on Algorand, because of course it's very low. And Base, frankly, has very low fees as well. Not anywhere near as low as Algorand, but they are not terrible. So you can send USDC from Coinbase to Base and then use the Messina bridge from Base to Algorand and do the reverse. Algorand to Base using Messina One, and then Base to Coinbase. So that is available to you. The fees for a moderate amount of USDC moving, I believe the Messina bridge fee is less than $1, and certainly the Base fee is also less than $1. So just be very careful if you're trying this, because, for example, I used a Coinbase wallet with Base, and it can be a bit confusing, and you can accidentally use the Ethereum blockchain instead of the Base blockchain. So just know what you're doing, test it. If you're going to do something like that, send $5-10. I think it's $10 minimum on Messina. Send $10, $10-15, and do the process. It's only a couple bucks, and test it out first. If you're moving substantial money, definitely test it out first. Always with any bridge and anything, give it a test the first time you use it. But that works. So it's a close second. Now, the cool thing about Algorand USDC is that it costs nothing to move. So if you could send USDC to and from Coinbase on the Algorand blockchain, it wouldn't cost you a couple bucks. It would cost you less than a penny, which is preferable. Yeah, connecting with brands that align for adoption is probably more what they were attacking rather than algos to consumer. Yeah, this is a B2B thing, business to business type of thing that's happening this is not Algorand Foundation to the consumer. They have some connection. We do have our faux CMO, which, by the way, I think I coined the term faux CMO, Lord Beluga, who has been doing shirtless videos with an axe, which I did get some donations to ReCoop.algo. Let's see how that's going. I should convert everything to USDC. But let's see how much has been donated to the axe fund. There's been no increase, but it looks about $50 in Algo, about $5 in Bartle Do, and about $8 or $9 in Coop was donated to the Axe Fund. So what is that? I wasn't adding. So 50, 55, 63. So I've got about $63 for an axe that I'll put back there. Like right there, right? Have an axe hanging behind me. Join the axe movement. I mentioned last weekend that the ReCoop has adopted the axe, and I'm following through. I said that anything donated to recoup.algo will go towards the axe, and I will receive the axe I deserve. Now, there was a cool looking throwing axe, and the larger size was $80. And this was actually recommended by the faux CMO himself. So if you would like me to get the larger throwing axe, I need about $17 more. So we'll see. But I should probably convert all this crap into USDC. Not crap, but all of these Bartledo and stuff like that. Well, I love Bartledo. Does Bartledo still exist? Doofy did the Bartledo NFTs. Bartledo had some funny videos. Couldn't really find its niche, I think. But they keep on going. That was born out of the Algonauts Discord. I've been around since then, man. I've been around. Who else was around during Stock Twits before the Algonauts Discord when we were all on Stock Twits? Any of you on Stock? I think there was a Reddit crowd at this point, and there was a Stock Twits crowd, and then I'm sure there was a Twitter crowd, small Twitter crowd at that point too. But there was a lot of us on Stock Twits talking to each other, and I know that some of them, people like Shaman, were there. There was other people on Stock Twits as well, but then we all moved to the Algonauts Discord, which I haven't been tuning into very much. You know, I'm stretched thin these days on the things that I can look at. Twitter has become my main place. Oh, have you commented yet on Para integrating with Vestige Swap? Did that happen today? Axe. Or not today, but is that recent? I mean, I know Para had a swap. I thought that was just like the Tiny Man aggregator, but it's actually the Vestige swap. I have not commented on that, and I actually didn't know. Isn't there fees though to swap on Para? I mean, you might as well use, and I don't mean this in any way other than I'm not trying to say anything bad about Para or certainly not Vestige, but aren't there swap fees if you do it directly through Para? I mean, I would definitely, before I would just swap on Para, you can easily scroll to Alamex, which I believe is rebranding to Compex, and there's going to be some auto compounding farms on Compex. I think that didn't Algomint just recently purchase Alamex, and now they're rebranding and they're doing auto compounding farms, which I think is unique to the Algorand ecosystem, not to the Algorand ecosystem, but unique in the Algorand ecosystem. So yeah, before you use Paraswap from your wallet, I mean, maybe you want it because you don't want to check out other places. But when I'm swapping, you know, you want to check out, if you have DFly, you would check out DFly, you would check out Alamex. You could even check out the folks' finance router and see which trade is the best. Typically, I find if I lower the Alamex slippage to 0.1, it seems like I usually get the best trade there. But I haven't actually, because I don't hold a ton of Vestige. So maybe I would get a better trade on Vestige if I held more of the token. But I don't. So I'm not sure. But I have used Vestige in the past, and that is also a very competitive swap. You know, and by the way, we do have Everyday Algonaut also has the A wallet, which not a lot of people know about. Unfortunately, it isn't integrated into a lot of the apps. But the A wallet, which he is behind, which is the wallet that Voy is using. Oh, I didn't even go to the. Oh boy, I'm so out of it. And in A wallet, there's option to compare DEX, aggregators, Deflex, or folks router. Vestige Swap is not public. Okay. Yeah, it takes all of the exchanges. Well, now Vestige certainly does that. Oh, yeah. Okay, Vestige should fix their main website. When tokens go up, selected currency, the percentages are in red because it's an algo. Yeah, Sheck is hesitant to promote any web wallet, and Sheck has also pointed out in the past that it is important that DeFi is working on a browser extension wallet, which has a better track record than pure web wallets. Cool. Well, yeah. So Para integrated Vestige, and yeah, check it out. I mean, I saw recently somebody complaining about fees when it came to the Para swap using it from the wallet, which makes absolute sense that they would charge fees because people charge fees for convenience. If you don't have to even leave your wallet at all and connect to another site and you can just swap real quick, a lot of people don't even want to check other places because they're just trying to swap and get the price that it is right now and they want to get out. And so if that is highly competitive and the fees are low, people are going to use it for convenience. Now, if you're like me and you're constantly always looking for the best price, you might check Alamex, you might check Vestige, you might check Folks Router and see which swap is the best. That is great news. And Parawallet is discontinuing their web wallet to focus more on their mobile wallet. And they've always done, I know a lot of people do complain about Para, but in my experience, except for some connectivity issues, but I've had far less than it seems other people have. Para Wallet is a very nice wallet. Yeah. Sheck says, Algonaut with a wallet says that's why there's multi-sig integration, ledger integration, and two-factor authentication accounts integration. Para on the phone is the perfect introduction. DeFi I think of as the advanced access to the circus. DeFi is a great wallet, and so is Para. But yeah, you're right. I think Para is a great, like if you were just brand new to the Algorand ecosystem, the Para wallet is a great first wallet. It's super user friendly. And then DeFi and a certain like the tiers that you can have for better swaps and all of the prices and the charts and all the cool shit that you can do with DeFi is a bit more, I guess, sophisticated, but it's also a very clean, accessible wallet. So if you are new to Algorand and you're looking, there are two great mobile wallets currently. DeFi is working on a browser extension wallet. And if you really need a web wallet, you can use Ludo's A wallet. But the unfortunate thing is that there is not a lot of dApps that have integrated the A wallet. But all of these dApps will quickly, most likely, integrate the DeFi browser extension wallet. And that's, I've had DeFi on the show in the past. His name is Stefan Heckenberger, I believe. And if you want to go back and watch that interview, you can. It's there in a playlist called Algorand Ecosystem Interviews. All right, everybody. Hey, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for you two tiny trees, Ludo and Sheck, for keeping the chat going. We've just been chatting, and that's it. So anyways, so I'm going to keep going. I'll see you tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 12:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll keep this alive, and we'll keep on chatting and navigating the noise. All right, everybody. Have a good rest of your day. Oh, wait. Junaid Shabir says, what do you think about the SEC calling Algorand a security now that XRP case is a bust? We can't. Oh, that was earlier. How did that go? I just automatically got bounced back to the earlier, but I didn't see that question. I could have answered it, but I'll talk about it tomorrow if you want. All right, come back tomorrow. Ask that question again.